So, I'm seeing this new term called boneless hair.
Halo gang and all that. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all in the comments talking about my fro, bro. Some of the comments funny as fuck, bro. Some of y'all, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? The Halo gang and all that. I fuck with that. Y'all funny as hell.
And who got boneless hair? First of all, they're not braids, they're two strands, nigga. And you see the meat on them bitches, nigga. What you talking about? Yeah, them motherfuckers healthy. I don't know what you talking about, boneless. Yeah, it may be a weak spot that needs improvement.
Oh,
there's room for improvement.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? But boneless is crazy, nigga. I may not have a full 6-piece chicken meal, but I got, you know what I mean, tenders. I could feed a family of 5. Yeah, nigga, my hair ain't starving. Boneless is crazy, nigga. Like it's a skeleton or some shit. Tenders, nigga.
Boneless tenders.
Juicy too. Yeah, healthy. Don't focus on where needs improvement. Focus on, focus on,
The reality is, the term has been coined, boneless hair, but the reality of the situation is, it's actually just hydro fatigue and hair weathering, which I've told you about in multiple videos. Now, over the years, there have been so many new trends that pop up. Every 5 minutes, there's a new hack for everybody to try. And I told y'all that y'all would be hacking off y'all hair slowly. Now, me, she, her, us, we, I prefer to have my hair hacked off. When I originally came and started telling people these details, people were like, why are you listening to her? Look at her. She don't got no hair. And she don't even love herself. She got her hair blonde. She trying to be a white girl. And this was years ago. So I decided, so people would listen a little bit, I decided to go ahead, get rid of my relaxer. So I didn't have the pixie anymore, and I had my hair, I was wearing my hair natural, right? Yeah. But even then, when I was wearing my hair natural, that still wasn't good enough. It was like, no, well, it's natural, but it's short. So then I went ahead and grew it out, even though just for myself, I hate hair. I hate having hair so much. Ironic, huh? A hairstylist that hates hair. Well, if you do hair for a living, I'm taking these bangles off. If you do hair for a living, right? And you're doing hair from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep since you're 19, the last thing you want to do is hair. The last thing you want to do is hair, including my own, especially my own. So to prevent me from looking dusty all the time, I will wear my hair in the pixie. Plus, I prefer the way my face looks in the pixie. I don't know. It's just my thing, right? But whenever you make videos online, if your hair isn't longer because you're choosing not to have longer hair, nobody wants to listen. But so they'll go ahead and they'll listen to all of the girls with the really long hair, with the thick hair and all of the things, because they're under the impression that this is how they grew their hair out, doing all of these different hairstyles, where in reality the only time they're actually doing these hairstyles is when they're filming, right? So you continuously do all these hairstyles, you continuously put all of these things in your hair. I say, hey, don't put this in your hair, it'll weather and deteriorate the hair shaft over time. Nobody listens.
Take it to the max. Take it to the max. Take it to the max. Please just rewind, let me say. Please just rewind, let me.
Honestly, these are my favorite types of clients to serve. This is a first-time client, and she came in for a pretty hairstyle, but I had to turn her away and give her something that she needed, which was a trim and some treatments. I lost the footage, guys, so hopefully she comes back. Bye.
thing is, one of the worst things too, whenever somebody experiences damage, the thing is, if y'all stop yanking and pulling on y'all hair, y'all can save it, but y'all literally pull it out yourself. There's a way that you can like turn that back and save it. You know, the Afro G y'all want to use all the time. This is one of the times where Afro G would work. Instead of her you're literally pulling it out yourself. Instead of her doing that, this is where the Afro G treatment comes into play. This is where emergency Afro G comes in. It's the only time you should ever use it.
Y'all, this is how my client left the salon because she refused to cut any more of her hair. Take a look at my client's hair before we started. It was extremely dry, heavily tangled, and the ends were so damaged that they had begun breaking away. This is hair that's been struggling for a while. When I got her to the shampoo bowl, this is something I see more often than people realize. Notice how the water is literally rolling right off of her hair instead of soaking in. That's a sign of very low porosity hair with a heavy buildup on the surface. After clarifying her hair 3 times and the hair was finally clean, I applied my luxury smoothing treatment. Even that process took longer than usual because I had to carefully work through all of the tangles without causing additional breakage.
This is where a lot of the confusion comes from, because if your client has extremely low porosity hair, the last thing you should do is a smoothing treatment. What does a smoothing treatment do? A smoothing treatment puts an artificial layer on top of the cuticle. So if your cuticle is already tightly closed, you putting something on it that is going to seal the cuticle even more is only going to cause more damage. It's not going to make it better.
In the blow dry, I was really able to see where the damage was. The ends were snagging constantly. The same thing happened while flat ironing. Healthy hair should allow your tools to glide. When they keep catching, that's your hair telling you those ends are no longer healthy. I show my client exactly.
But real quick, because the hair was already damaged, and this is where so many cosmetologists just completely fall off the bandwagon for me. If the hair is already damaged, what you first need to do before she gave her any type of chemical service whatsoever, she should have treated her hair. The very first appointment should be a detox, flat iron the hair, see where the damage is, get rid of the damage, and then go back with the chemical. But she just started right off with the chemical. So however her client's hair was damaged is just going to get worse, especially because she already established that the client had low porosity hair, and then you gave a low porosity hair a keratin treatment, which is just going to make the breakage worse.
Exactly how much needed to be removed to restore the shape and health of her hair. But at the end of the day, it's her hair and it was her decision. She chose to trim only about an inch. And I mean, I had to respect her choice. Like, what else could I do? So while the hair is smoother and shinier after the treatment, you can still see a large hole through the middle. No smoothing treatment, conditioner, or miracle product can permanently repair hair that's already split and broken away. If your goal is long, healthy hair, remember this: holding on to damaged ends doesn't help you keep your length. It often keeps you from reaching your length goals. The hair is still very damaged. Splits have begun traveling up the hair shaft, and it's just not healthy. But this is what she wanted, and so this is what she left with.
As a cosmetologist, it is really, 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 really disheartening. And it's not like, oh, because I want to cut your hair. It's not that. It's just because as a cosmetologist, like, your intention is to make sure that your client has healthy hair. So when you do all of that work to make sure of that, and they still leave with hair that's extremely damaged, that you know it's just going to split all the way up to the hair shaft till it gets to the root, then fall out, then it is frustrating knowing that this is just more damage and it's not going to get better. And this reason is because women think that hair products are how you take care of your hair. And my question is this dirt or food? Why is your hair ever allowed to look like that? I don't know what it is. I don't know.
So pretty, yes you do, yes you do, I swear you do. You look so pretty.
And now that we have boneless hair, now everybody's just like, oh, this is what our curls really look like. This is how our curls look when they're curly. But this is how it looks when it's stretched out. Where in reality, professional cosmetologists have been telling you that this entire time. But over the years, when somebody who's Team Natural goes into a cosmetologist, they're under the impression that their hair is a whole lot healthier than it really is, just for them to get it straightened. And what are the kids calling it now? Boneless. It's boneless and phoneless, right? And so because it's boneless, now the cosmetologist will go ahead and get rid of the hair that makes it look boneless or stringy, right? And proof of that, most of these people that you'll see in the videos, yeah, their hair will just look thin, but some of them, if they'll get in certain lighting, you can see the density is different. At the root, you'll see it's very, very, very full and thick, but the further you go up the hair shaft, the thinner it gets. That is weathering. That is not your density, you having low density hair. Because if you had low density hair, the hair coming up out of the pore would in fact be low density, but it's not, because it's
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
But see, this is what most women deal with. When you look at your hair when it's swollen, you see the density as, oh my God, my hair is so thick. But you can see the true density of your hair in the light. And when it's stretched, when it's really truly stretched, then you can see the true reality of it. And I think this is why most Black women think that their hair is a lot healthier than it really is.
I'm
Ain't it fun? 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 Ain't it fun?
And again, look at the density at her roots, like not along her hairline, but a little behind her hairline, and look at that density and if whether or not it transitions from the roots to the ends. I'm telling y'all, these wash and goes, girl.
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
And this is what most people would see, or what most cosmetologists see. Like, you think that your hair is super duper thick and full, and then once we blow it out, this is the true reality. Because most likely, if she went and sat in a cosmetologist chair, she's probably gonna get mad. What the hell?
Fucking lie. I know you fucking lie. I know you fucking lie. I know you fucking lie. And I wish that you were lying, but you're not. I wish that you were lying, but you're not. And I wish that you were lying, but you're not.
Talk. Go to hell. And
Let me show you how to move. Let me show you how to.
But basically, this is saying the girlfriend's complaining, saying you gave him boneless braids. He didn't have that much meat on the damn bones. What did you want her to do? There's no meat on the bones. You want her to give him imaginary meat?
I was today years old when I figured out that my afro being boneless does not mean that my hair is damaged. However, it does mean that it's very thin, which I kind of figure anyway, because it's not that my hair can't grow. It grows, but then when I wash it, it falls out at the ends because my ends are not strong enough. Nonetheless, though, I do love my hair in its natural state, and it looks really beautiful. But I really don't want my ends to be thin so that my hair could continue to grow.
Sometimes I'm like, yo, you should do microlocks. You'd look so cute.
Make me cry. My fro is see-through in the light. Mind you, my ends are clipped. My dead hair is cut off. Just probably last month, I got my ends clipped. But guess what? That don't matter when I blow dry my hair. Because when I blow dry it, it's see-through. But just because your hair is see-through doesn't mean that it's bad. Low-key, I just looked it up. Low-key, it's just because you got fine hair. Think you can make me cry?
No. Most of the time, like, just know this. If it's see-through from roots to ends, yes, that means that you just have low density hair. If it's thick at the root and see-through at the ends, you have hair weathering, baby. It is not low density hair.
Jump scare. This was my hair a couple of weeks ago. Do y'all see how thin my hair was? And this is my hair now. So what I came here to say is, if your hair is damaged, if it's thin, just cut it. Y'all were in the comments like, gee, I think you need a pixie. I think you need this. I think you need that. Baby, you can't tell me what I need for my hair. I know what I did wrong. I was getting flip over, sew-ins, back to back, putting permanent dye on my hair. But baby, we back. We about to grow this hair back out. Jump scare. This was my hair.
And see, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Most women think that their hair is thin, but if you look at her ends, and it'll replay again. If you look at her ends at the beginning of this video opposed to, in comparison to her roots, the density is completely different. Her hair isn't thin. Her hair has weathered. She just said she got weaves and things of that nature. Weaves are not bad, but not having them in the right way is the problem. Getting weave after weave after weave after weave is the issue. That's the problem. There are protective styles for a couple of weeks, not for the rest of your life. And most of the time, that's what women are doing. But the density of her hair had went down because of damage, not because she had thin hair. This was a great example. Great example.
Of hair. This is what my hair used to look like. This is what my hair looks like from the side.
From weathering.
And from the back.
That's all them wash and goes. All them wash and goes, girl.
You see how thick it is up here? And
Yep.
And it is down here. And how thick. No, I'm just kidding.
I have pernicious anemia. So when I started getting iron infusions to help treat my anemia, my hair started thinning out. Like, y'all help.
But this is the thing. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna have other stuff to say. Y'all can go watch it on your own. She said when she started taking the medication, her hair started thinning out. No, your hair is weathering from the ends. If it was thinning out because of the medication, it would be falling out from the root. It's breaking and weathering from roots to ends, but the new hair, which is the hair that's coming out from the root, is thicker. The hair that is coming out is the hair that is weathered away. Because if you look at her previous photos, this is a woman who wears her hair wet all the time. This is one of the wash and go girlies, one of the Team Natural girlies. That's where it comes from, period. Yes, your medications can do things like that, but if it is the medication, your hair will be falling out at the root. All of the new hair is falling out. It's something that's happening internally that is causing hair that is coming out of the pore to fall out, not the hair that is already on the scalp. That doesn't make sense. That's not how it's working, y'all. y'all is many people are confused. You'll see certain people. It's this one creator I wanted to use as an example, but I like her so much, so I don't want to use her as an example because then people will be like, oh, it being mean. But maybe I'll blur her face out really good. Hopefully if I can't blur her face out real good, I won't use it. But she initially went and got K-tips, right? She went to get K-tips, and it's like, girl, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's gonna make your hair start weathering, because K-tips are not for everybody. If you have a certain density, K-tips are not for you. Long term, it will cause the hair to weather. And so this person's hair has always been on the low density side for sure, but it never looked like this. First she got what do you call those things, K-tips, and then after she got K-tips, then she went and got miracle knots. Now miracle knots are new. It's not something that's, even though people have been doing forms of this in Africa, to me it's a form, kind of sort of a form of threading. But I need you to understand, miracle knots, this form of extensions, long before it went viral on social media, the companies that were producing these miracle knot extensions, it was not a thing. It was not a regular thing. They reached out to me just like they reached out to everybody else, but I don't do that type of hair content, so I declined. But when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, it's about to be some shit. Because the same way they reached out to me, they reached out to all the rest of the YouTubers that are constantly doing the miracle knot videos. They're getting paid to make these videos. Not everybody, but the majority of the people who made it familiar, they got paid to do it. And I know this because I got offered the same amount of money, or whatever the amount of money that you charge for your promotions. And I think the thing that makes it really, really confusing for certain people is like, oh, this is the new craze, and then down the line your hair is just getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, and then you want to say, oh, I have boneless hair. No, your hair is weathering. And I've been telling black women that this was going to happen for years. I've been telling y'all hair weathering takes anywhere between 6 and 25 years to show up, and it's a fact. Regardless of how irritated you are by the sound of my voice, regardless of how you feel like, oh, why would you listen to her because her hair is short? Well, because my hair was short, and I got tired of y'all saying that to me, so I went ahead and let my hair be boring. My boring natural color is boring to me, not to y'all. To me, it's me, Shalissa. So my hair color was boring to me, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my normal color, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grow it out for him. Did that, grew my hair down my back, and then cut it off. So that whole conversation is like, save it for your mom, save it for your chicken and waffles, save it for your pina coladas, you know. And at this point, y'all can clearly see hair weathering is real, and it's not just as simple as, oh, I'm gonna try this on my hair, and then I'm gonna, oh, this is my favorite style for 6, 7, 8 months, or I'm gonna do this thing repetitively for all of these years, and there's gonna be no repercussion. No, summer is here. No, not summer, winter is here. And so now everybody's seeing the consequences of their action. And it's how come, and I remember this time 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, it was the actual opposite. Everyone was like, oh my god, my hair is so thick and full, it's so thick and full when it's curly. But now everybody's like, boneless hair, boneless hair, boneless hair, boneless hair. Weathering, that's why. If you want to check density, the true density, look at your hair from root to tip. If it's the same level, okay, you may, if that's what y'all want to call it. I think it's rude. I think it's rude. I don't think your hair is boneless. I don't. You know, it's lightly battered. Lightly battered. Lightly battered chicken strips is what you got. So whenever you see somebody that has boneless hair, if thin hair, because it's, goddamn it, because it comes in thick, medium, and thin density, right? So if your hair Look, check the root and check the diameter from root to end, and that will determine your real density and if whether or not you have boneless hair. The majority of y'all don't have boneless hair. The majority of you have damaged hair, and there is a big difference. But this is where most women get confused, right? Because you'll see this and you don't understand that naturally straight hair or naturally wavy hair is stretched when it is wet because it's heavier, and their hair is swollen when it is dry, versus curly hair is stretched whenever it's dry and straightened, but swollen whenever it's wet. It's in reverse. So it's not that a product just did something so amazing for her hair. Her hair was never thin. Her hair was just stretched when it was wet. That's it. Like, y'all, oh my God. Girl, you should stop getting this done. And to me, this is one of the worst things. This is why Black women are constantly dealing with alopecia, because instead of treating the scalp when it's like this, they're constantly getting these braids, and it's like, oh my God, it's magic. Look at what the braider was able to do, and it's great, but the hair is not going to get better being under this type of follicle stress. The little bit of follicles that are left are being stretched for dear life, baby. I don't know. Like, relax yourself. And there goes another one. What are you parting? Hopes and dreams? Girl, she parting hopes and dreams. This is why I'm leaving it on here for members only. Hopes and dreams, girl. Hopes and dreams. Ooh, girl. Yep. This is what I'm talking about. I love y'all so much, but I'm telling y'all, things like this can be reversed. You can grow it back, but instead of you repairing the scalp, you add more water. All of the things, you keep following the same practices, the same patterns and routines that lead to the thinning and balding, and it won't reverse itself. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse. But I mean, if y'all like it, I love it. And Team Natural got you here, huh? So the thing is, when it comes to hair weathering is one of those things that is easy to recover from. The reason I was struggling with that is because when we say repair, your hair, once it's broken, that's it. Go ahead, cut it off. But we can repair your routines, your patterns, to make it so all of the new hair that comes out won't have that same issue. You won't have that same problem with the new hair that's coming out because your patterns have changed. So the density of your hair is going to stay thick from roots to ends instead of it being thin and boneless, like you like to call it, because y'all got boneless ends. Most of your roots got all its bones. So that's where most of y'all need to start reflecting on stuff, because I didn't told you. Cause y'all been listening to people who ain't got no hair, bone in or bone out, either way, and it ain't by choice. Mine is by choice, so you can say whatever you want to say to me, but you will not hurt my feelings and make my face moist, okay? Because I am bald head by choice. Bald head gang on the road to storm status. As y'all can see, it's lighter. I'm gonna do one more lightning session in 2 weeks. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to record that. I'm not going to film my formulation because I don't trust that y'all won't try to follow it at home. That's what I'll do. I'll tell y'all, I'll record myself toning it. I won't record myself doing the lightning process, but I'll record myself toning it. But yeah, basically this video was so I can say I told y'all ass. Skinless, boneless, and all of the things. And if you're done having boneless hair, just let me know and I'll tell you which way to go. Go check out the Verdant Code tab on my website. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. The great thing about the Verdant Code, there are levels to it. So there are certain levels to it that you can go on there and you can watch things for free. But then there's another level where you pay like a small monthly fee. But then there are levels. The more information you need, the more you need of me, girl, the more I'm gonna charge. I ain't no cheap date, okay? So If you want it, if you need it, I can get my hands on it. And check in the link in the description box below, and the variant code got you what you wanted. I'm gonna get something to rhyme. That wasn't it. That was like trying to be right on the spot. I was trying to be like smooth, like one of the pimps back in the D, but it didn't come out like it was supposed to. So by next time I had something real witty for the end. But I hope this video made sense. Boneless, skinless, going into 2027.